They put out this statement today. Cristiano Ronaldo will not be part of the Manchester United squad for this Saturday's Premier League game against Chelsea. The rest of the squad is fully focused on preparing for that fixture. With that, we welcome you inside the studio. Paul Burmeister alongside Danny Higginbotham and Robbie Mustoe. No surprise, there was a pretty big response from Manchester United today dealing with Ronaldo. Do you think that response, Robbie, was the right one?
I do. I think it's a strong message from the club, from Erik ten Hag, that this is not acceptable, that kind of behaviour. We've since learned that there's a report in the Telegraph and the Daily Mail that he actually refused to come on, as you said there, Paul, which is, as a footballer, it's as bad as it gets. Like, you're refusing to play for the team that's paying you. So, apart from being out of the squad for the weekend's game, I hope he gets fined. He should be getting fined, which in our day was a 2-week, I think it's the same. The maximum you can fine a player is 2 weeks' wages. That should be on top of the not being in the squad. And a conversation needs to be had, like, what is up? Like, the team is doing great. We can't guarantee any player a starting place in the first 11. It's kind of what we always used to say, Danny, that no player is bigger than the club. And his behaviour, we're not wanting to come on and then just walking off before the end of the game, I mean, it actually makes me laugh. It's incredible. We very rarely see this, Paul, where a player like this, when things are going well for the team, he shows a absolute selfishness that's beyond compare about his team that are doing great and they're going to win the game and you're just going to walk off. It's mind-blowing, but this is a strong message from the club, yeah. It's the right message as well. I think the problem that Ronaldo has at the moment is that he is, or has been, a world superstar. Whatever club he's been at, he's been the main man. He's 37 years of age now. He's having to get used to the fact that he's a squad player. Now, if I could get into ten Hag's brain at the moment, I think on the quiet, I think he's pretty happy. I think he's delighted. It's been in the elephant in the room for so long, you know, and it's actually become more important than the actual team sheet is, where's Ronaldo? Is he on the bench? Is he involved? Is he going to be playing? Is he going to get a certain amount of minutes? So from Ten Hag's perspective, he's now able to take a step back and go, I had no choice. I had no choice but to do this. Yeah. And I think before that wasn't the case because you always had this match winner on the bench. Or you always had this match winner that could play in the Europa League, played against Newcastle. But he's not performed to what Ten Hag wants, and he doesn't fit the Ten Hag system. And I think that for the club as a whole, for the players, for the manager, for everybody involved, this is going to be, I believe, a big sigh of relief, and I think it's going to be the biggest and best decision that Ten Hag has ever made. Just before we move on to what might happen in the future, Paul, like, I just don't get what his argument is. He's got no argument. I mean, it's pretty clear the team is doing better in recent results without him. So, you know, if he's sat here with us, I don't know what he's saying. I'm Ronaldo, I should start every game. If I'm on the bench, I'm not going to come on. Again, it's hard to consider what's going on in his head. As you said, a player that's been a star player everywhere he's been suddenly is not the star player at the club anymore.
Watching it happen yesterday, listening to you yesterday, thinking about it today, a star player in any professional sport being at odds with a manager over playing time is nothing new. I mean, that's fairly routine. What makes this one different and makes it a little bit disgusting is that this star player turned his back on his teammates in the midst or at the end of their best game of the season. And I don't know how he comes back from that on this team.
It's a good point. And, you know, if we put ourselves in the dressing room, I mean, the players have got to be like, what is
they can't want him back.
They can't want him back. And to continue that kind of thought, the World Cup is a few weeks away. January transfer window opens, obviously, the beginning of January. I don't know whether, if there's a conversation and that whether his attitude can get back straight again, then OK. If not, if you still feel the same way, off you go. Go and train with the reserves, the under-23 squad. Well, keep this dark cloud away from this team that's developing really well. That might be the way to deal with it. Then if he wants to play football, take less money and go somewhere else.
There's been a lack of accountability at the football club for a long time now, where the manager has been the manager in name, nothing else. And I think managers have been dictated to in the past. Whereas I look at this scenario now, this is the manager's decision. I think it's the best decision. Now, we talk about him moving clubs. If you're a manager at another club, do you want that problem? Whereas, like, forget about the money side of things. That's going to be that's another side of things. But if you're a manager and you're talking about bringing Cristiano Ronaldo in, if he's not playing every single game, he's going to cause problems.
Yeah, the manager will play him every single game. Maybe a club that he'll play him every single game and they'll value his goals.
Someone will do it, you think?
Well, there'll be a money side of it. You know, I think the club, he will have to take less money. The Man United will have to pay some of his wages, and the new club will have to pay more than they want.
He's not going to be a top club.
Well, it won't be a top club, but maybe a lower Champions League club somewhere.
Right.
I don't know.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.